At dinner, my sister Rachel made fun of my military uniform. She thought I was just pretending to be important. Her fiance Marcus is an Army Ranger, a real soldier with an elite unit. Then Marcus noticed the special patch on my uniform. He suddenly went stiff, stood at attention like a soldier does for a superior officer, and yelled at Rachel, "Stop! Do you know what that patch means?" But Rachel had already thrown her wine at me. I watched the red wine soak into my dress uniform, spreading across the medals I'd earned doing secret, dangerous work I'm not allowed to talk about. The whole restaurant, about 40 people, went quiet and stared. Rachel stood there holding her empty wine glass, looking smug. Marcus sat frozen, realizing Rachel had just insulted someone very important. "There," Rachel said meanly. "Maybe now you'll stop acting like you're special." The thing about classified work is this: your family doesn't know what you do. They can't know, so they fill in the gaps with whatever story makes them feel better about themselves. For Rachel, that story was simple. Her older brother was a nobody, a paper pusher, a pretender in a costume. She'd been telling that story for 3 years. Tonight, she was about to learn the truth. I'd been working at Fort Meade for 8 years. Intelligence analyst, signals intelligence to be specific. The kind of work where you sit in a SCIF, a sensitive compartmented information facility, and build target packages for people who operate in places that officially don't exist. My job was to find patterns, connect dots, figure out where someone would be at a specific time so that a team could show up and make them not be there anymore. I was good at it, really good. Good enough that after 6 years, I got tapped for a joint task force at the Pentagon level. The patch on my uniform wasn't something you could buy online or earn through normal channels. It was the kind of thing that made other intelligence analysts go quiet when they saw it. But my family didn't know any of that. Rachel had started small, comments at Thanksgiving, jokes at birthday dinners. "Alex is too busy with his spreadsheets to help us move. Don't ask Alex about his work. He gets defensive because there's nothing to tell." My parents never corrected her. They'd nod along, sometimes laugh. My dad would clap me on the shoulder. "Well, somebody's got to do the boring jobs, right, son?" I let it slide. Operational security was drilled into me from day one. You don't correct misconceptions. You don't defend yourself. You definitely don't explain. You just let people think whatever keeps them from asking questions. But Rachel wasn't satisfied with quiet judgment. She needed an audience. When she started dating Marcus, everything intensified. She invited me to a Super Bowl party. I just finished 36 hours without sleep, analyzing movement patterns for a package in Yemen. The apartment was full of his Ranger buddies, all fresh back from deployment. "There he is," Rachel announced. "My big brother Alex. He works for the government." "What do you do?" one of them asked. "Intelligence analysis," I said. "Like Jason Bourne," he grinned. "More like Microsoft Excel," Rachel cut in, smiling with cold eyes. "Alex stares at computers all day. Very important filing." The guys laughed. Not cruel, just dismissive. In March, my dad called. His car had broken down, needed $4,200 for repairs. Could I help? I'd helped before, covered rent, paid for medical work, sent money for emergencies. I sent the money the same day. 2 weeks later, I saw photos on Rachel's social media. Her and Marcus at a Michelin star restaurant in DC. Champagne, oysters, designer dress. Caption: "When your man treats you like royalty." I texted her, "Thought you needed help with rent." Her response came 3 hours later. "Dad gave me some money. Guess his car was fine after all." My dad admitted he'd given Rachel $2,000 of what I'd sent him. She needed it for Marcus's birthday. You know how important this relationship is to her. I sat in my car in the Fort Meade parking lot, trying to decide if I was angrier about the money or the principal. Then my clearance officer called. We had a situation in Syria. I went to work instead of arguing with my family. Rachel announced her engagement in April. She demanded I pay for the engagement party at Ruth's Chris, the private room. The bill hit $3,000 before anyone ordered entrees. She'd requested I wear my dress uniform. "Marcus wants to see you in it," she'd said. I arrived exhausted. Another 36-hour shift, 3 hours of sleep in the past week. My hands shook from too much coffee and too little food. Around 8 p.m., Rachel stood up to make a toast. "I want to thank my big brother Alex, who managed to leave his office cubicle long enough to join us. I know how hard it is for you to step away from your spreadsheets." Polite laughter rippled through the room. "But seriously, I appreciate you supporting my happiness, even though I know it's hard for you to see Marcus in his uniform and realize what real military service looks like." Marcus raised his glass. "Rachel told me you work in HR or something, filing reports. That's cool. We need people like you. Support staff, intelligence analysis," I said quietly. Right, staring at spreadsheets all day. "Do you even know how to shoot, or are you just qualified on the stapler?" The room erupted. "PowerPoint Ranger!" one of his buddies yelled. I looked at my parents. My dad was laughing, red-faced from wine. My mom was smiling, nodding along. They didn't defend me. They never defended me. Rachel leaned forward, emboldened. "You know what your problem is, Alex? You're jealous. Marcus is a real hero, a real warrior, and you're just nothing. A guy in a costume, pretending to be important." Her voice got sharper, meaner. "You've been pretending your whole life, but everyone here knows the truth. You're ordinary, boring, a secretary with a uniform." She grabbed her wine glass. "Let me improve it for you." She threw the wine. I stood up slowly, wine dripping from my jacket. "I'm leaving," I said, my voice calm and quiet. As I moved, my wet jacket pulled tight. The lapel flopped open, and the patch, the one I always kept hidden, became visible. Marcus's eyes locked onto it. His face went white. "Wait," he said, voice cracking. That's a task force patch. You're JSOC. You're with the unit." The room went silent. "Marcus, what are you talking about?" Rachel snapped. "It's fake. He probably bought it on Amazon." "Shut up!" Marcus roared it. Actual volume, command voice. Rachel flinched. Half the room flinched. His eyes never left the patch. His hands started shaking. "You're a targeter," he whispered. "You build the packages. You're the one who tells us which doors to kick, which compounds to hit, which routes to take." "How long?" Marcus asked. 8 years. Task force for 6 months. Jesus Christ. He ran his hand over his face. "And you let us? I thought you were." He turned to Rachel, his face pure disgust. "You told me he was a secretary. You made me disrespect a superior NCO. You made me dishonor the uniform in front of 40 people. Marcus, come on. It's just Alex. Do you know what that patch means?" He cut her off. "That patch means he has higher clearance than anyone in this room. That patch means when we rolled into compounds in Afghanistan, someone like him spent months tracking those targets so we didn't walk into an ambush." He looked at me, saw the exhaustion, the tremor in my hands. "How long since you slept?" 3 hours. 5 days ago. "Working?" "Yes." Marcus's jaw tightened. This man paid for this entire dinner, $3,000, while working shifts that would break most people. And you threw wine on him, called him nothing. I was just joking. You weren't joking. You were cruel. The wedding's off. The room exploded. Rachel screamed. My mom started crying. "Marcus, wait!" Rachel grabbed his arm. "You can't. This isn't. It's just Alex. He's nobody. He's always been nobody." Marcus pulled his arm free. He's not nobody. You are. He looked at his ranger buddies. All of them had gone quiet, faces pale. They knew what the patch meant. "Let's go," Marcus said to them. They stood, filed out, silent and respectful. Marcus paused at my seat. His heels snapped together. Back straight, he saluted me. A crisp, perfect salute. In the middle of Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. "Staff Sergeant," he said formally, "I apologize for my disrespect. It was inexcusable. It won't happen again." I returned the salute slowly, properly. "At ease, Ranger. Thank you for your service, sir. Real service." Then he walked out. My mom intercepted me at the door. "Alex, wait. You can't just leave. We need to fix this. Rachel's devastated. She ruined it herself. But you could talk to Marcus. Explain that you didn't mean to." "I didn't do anything, Mom." "But your patch, your job. You could have hidden better, lied more. Let her keep humiliating me so her fiance wouldn't figure out who I actually am." My mom's face crumpled. "She's your sister. She threw wine on me, called me nothing in front of 40 people, and you told me to go clean up because I was embarrassing her." "I didn't mean—" "Yes, you did." I pulled my arm free and walked out. I sat in my car and let myself feel everything I'd been pushing down for years. The exhaustion, the resentment, the bone-deep loneliness of doing work that mattered while being treated like you didn't. The fallout came in waves over the following weeks and months. Rachel's engagement ended. Her job ended. My parents tried to get me to fix things. I refused. Colonel Vance called me into her office. She'd heard from Marcus, who'd called to commend me for my professionalism. She gave me mandatory leave. "You don't owe your family access to your life if they don't respect you." 3 months later, I got promoted to major and transferred to SOCOM headquarters in Tampa. Better work, better people, people who understood. I started therapy. A woman named Dr. Rebecca Cho told me something important. You weren't responsible for managing their feelings about you. You were responsible for doing your job and living with integrity. You did that. They failed you, not the other way around. 1 year after that dinner, on the anniversary, I got a message from Marcus's sister. She told me Marcus talks about me like a hero. He tells the story to every new ranger in his battalion as a teaching moment about respect and humility. He says I never bragged, never corrected anyone, just let my work speak for itself, and that's what real warriors do. That evening, my phone buzzed. For a moment, I wondered if it was Rachel or my parents. Some final attempt at reconciliation. It wasn't. It was Colonel Vance. "Reeves, how fast can you get to MacDill? We've got a situation developing. Need your eyes on it. 20 minutes, ma'am." "Good. See you soon." I turned around and ran back to my apartment, past tourists and families, and people living ordinary lives. And I felt something I hadn't felt in years around my family. Peace. Because I'd finally learned the hardest lesson. Some people will never see you for who you are, and that's okay. You don't need them to. You just need to see yourself. Thank you.